Yeah, good afternoon, all of you. Is my voice is audible? Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All of you can see the screen. The screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will wait for a minute to others to join. Then we will start our session. Yeah. So meanwhile, let me say the attendance while others are joining. So hopefully our attendance is working now. So I'm sharing the QR code. So all of you scan the attendance. Yes. So what we are discussed in the previous class. So can anyone just explain about it? What we are discussed in the previous class?
Sir, AC property of transaction.
So, yes. So we are discussing the acidic property of transaction. So why it is necessary to study acidic property of transaction? So whatever transaction that we will perform on database, okay, database में जो भी transaction perform करेंगे, then every transaction must follow this acidic property. That means this four property which is called atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. If any of transaction is not following this property, so we cannot say that this is a transaction. So if it is a transaction, अगर वो transaction है, तो उसको ये property follow करना compulsory है. Right? So quickly explain me what you mean atomicity. Anyone? What do you mean by atomicity? Yes. What do you understand by atomicity?
कोई भी ट्रांजैक्शन या तो 0% होगा या तो 100% कंप्लीशन होगा.
Yes. So what atomicity will be ensured? Okay. Whatever transaction you are performing, so it will be either complete 100% or it will be complete 0%. That means there will be no concept of partial transaction. ठीक है, पार्शियल ट्रांजेक्शन जैसे कुछ भी चीज नहीं होता है, लाइक 50% ट्रांजेक्शन इज कंप्लीटेड और 80% transaction is completed. Either it will complete all the steps that are present or all the instructions that are present in my transaction, or it will not execute any of the instruction in my transaction. Good. Next, what is my consistency? What do you understand by consistency? Yes, anyone? Quickly explain what you mean consistency.
Sir, data must remain constant.
या डेटा मस्ट बी कांस्टेंट और कंसिस्टेंट बोलते हैं, मतलब द स्टेट ऑफ डेटा बिफोर एग्जीक्यूटिंग द ट्रांजेक्शन. ठीक है, ट्रांजेक्शन को एग्जीक्यूट करने से पहले जो डेटा का स्टेट था, ठीक है, और ट्रांजेक्शन को कंप्लीट करने के बाद भी डेटा का जो स्टेट है वो कांस्टेंट रहना चाहिए, कंसिस्टेंट रहना चाहिए। तो हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे एग्जांपल देखा था, जब ए एंड बी के बीच ट्रांजेक्शन हो रहा था, तो ए एंड बी का डेटा जो ए एंड बी का जो अकाउंट वैल्यू था, दोनों को ऐड करने से कितना था, 1000 रुपीज। ठीक है, मतलब ओवरऑल वैल्यू ऑफ सम ऑफ द अमाउंट ऑफ ए एंड बी इज 1000। मीन्स आफ्टर परफॉर्मिंग सम ट्रांजेक्शन बिटवीन ए एंड बी, the overall amount should be same. Maybe the individual amount of A and B changes. ठीक है, इंडिविजुअल अमाउंट ऑफ ए एंड बी आपका चेंज हो सकता है, लेकिन जो ओवरऑल टोटल है वो कभी भी चेंज नहीं होगा। तो दैट इज एंश्योर बाय द कंसिस्टेंसी ऑफ consistency with respect to any transaction. Fine, very good. Next, what is isolation? Third property, what it ensure? What is isolation? Yes. What is isolation?
Sir, the ongoing process must be hidden from the other processes.
Redundant means what you mean by redundant? Yes, redundant मतलब क्या है यहाँ पर?
Sir, every transaction process is individually hidden or isolated.
Actually, what say if two transactions are executing concurrently or parallelly, ठीक है, so this is my T1 and this is my transaction T2. अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ ये दो ट्रांजेक्शन पैरेलली एग्जीक्यूट हो रहे हैं या कंकरेंटली एग्जीक्यूट हो रहे हैं, so whatever instruction or steps that are performed by the transaction T1, okay, it is hidden from whatever instruction that is performed by the transaction T2. ठीक है, कहने का मतलब है जब T1 इंटरेक्ट कर रहा है, तो T1 एग्जीक्यूट कर रहा है एंड T2 भी एग्जीक्यूट कर रहा है साइमल्टेनियसली एक साथ, तो जो ट्रांजेक्शन T1 में हो रहे हैं दैट विल बी हिडन फ्रॉम T2, एंड जो ट्रांजेक्शन T2 में हो रहे हैं दैट विल बी हिडन फ्रॉम T1. So this is called isolation property. Okay, that's it. The intermediate result of a transaction must be hidden from other concurrently or parallelly executed transaction. Clear? Fine. So next is durability. So what durability say? So what durability say? Durability क्या बोलते हैं? और what durability will ensure? Yes. Anyone? Yeah.
Sir, once the commit statement is executed, database permanently changed.
Yes, durability say once your transaction is successfully completed and commit statement is executed, yeah, so then whatever changes you made to your database that should be remain permanently. Okay, that means uh, after that commit statement, suppose there is a failure in system, whether it is due to power failure or any other failure, so data should not be erased. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि पावर फेल्यूर हो गया उसके बाद आपका डेटा अरेज हो गया, तो वो कंडीशन नहीं होता। रूल क्या बोल रहा है, अगर वंस मैंने कमिट स्टेटमेंट को एग्जीक्यूट कर लिया सक्सेसफुली, तो जो चेंजेस डेटाबेस में परफॉर्म हुआ है दैट शुड रिमेन परमानेंटली. ओके, क्लियर? So these are the property you have to remember. So all the transaction will follow during the execution. Fine. So let us move further. So today basically we are going to discuss the different states of a transaction. Okay. I will share the slides in LMS. Okay. Today I will share all the slides, previous two classes and today's classes. Okay. Don't worry about it. Yes. So today we are going to discuss what are the transaction state diagram or state transaction diagram. Okay, so it is very much similarly what we have discussed yesterday. So, but we are discussed yesterday. We discussed with respect to the process. Okay, process state diagram. If you remember, so yes or no? तो हम लोगों ने कल जो पढ़ा था, कल with respect to process पढ़ा था. Process to from the creation to deletion कौन कौन से स्टेट में ट्रैवल करता है. Similarly, we will study what are the different state of a transaction. That means once the transaction is executed, okay, once the transaction is executed, so what are the different state the transaction can 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 go. ठीक है. So सबसे पहला जो स्टेट होता है that is called active. So what is the active state? So active state is nothing but it is the initial state or very first state of a transaction whenever a transaction will start executing. Okay, so whenever a transaction will start executing, so we can say the transaction is active and it is the very first step. So very first step of the transaction is the active state, and the transaction will stay in this state while it is executing. ठीक है. और जब तक ये ट्रांजेक्शन, सपोज दिस इज ट्रांजेक्शन T1, okay, sorry, suppose a transaction T1, okay, now how long it will stay in active state? How long it will stay in active state? Still the transaction is executing. Till the transaction is executing, it will going to stay in an active state. That means still all the instruction, whatever instructions that are present in my transaction, that all are executed. Suppose there is instruction number 1 to n, still all the instruction 1 to n are executed. जब तक सब कुछ execute नहीं होता है, हम लोग क्या बोलेंगे? The transaction is active state. Is it clear what is active state? Is it clear to all of you?
Yes.
Fine, fine. So what is active state? So it is the initial state, and the transaction will enter to active state as soon as it start executing. And how long will stay? How long? Until all the transactions or all the instructions of a transaction are performing. जब तक इंस्ट्रक्शन परफॉर्म हो रहा हम लोग बोलेंगे ट्रांजेक्शन कहाँ है? एक्टिव स्टेट में ही है. फाइन. सो नेक्स्ट स्टेट इज योर next is your partial commit state. Okay, next state is called partial commit state. So what is partial commit state? What can we say partial commit state?
Sir, this state means the transaction has done, but there is no permanent change in the database.
Yeah. So partial commit statements say the transaction is finished, all is instructions. Okay, all is instruction. Okay, but it is not updated in your database. Or in general, हम लोग बोलेंगे the transaction is finished, all is statement, but except the commit statement. ठीक है. So in this case में क्या बोलेंगे? When the transaction, suppose this is my transaction T. Okay. Now suppose the transaction is completed, all these steps. Fine, all these steps. But what happened? What happened now? It is not committed. ठीक है. कमिट करने से क्या होगा? जब कमिट करेंगे तभी आपका परमानेंट चेंज होगा डेटाबेस में. जब तक कमिट नहीं कर रहे हैं तब क्या होगा? नो डाउट योर डेटाबेस विल अपडेट हियर. नाउ यहाँ पर जब हम लोग राइट, ठीक है, राइट ए, so it will update the value of A in a database. Now it will also update the value of B in a database. Fine. Just suppose again, now when take the same example, suppose A is having 500 and B is having 500. Fine, initial amount. Now what will happen? Once you execute this statement and write, so in your database the value of A is updated. Value of A is updated, which is 450. Now in this also value of B is updated, which is 550. But this updation is not permanent. Not permanent means जब तक commit statement नहीं लिखे हैं तब तक वो permanent change नहीं करेगा. Okay. Now this is called partial commit statement or commit state. ठीक है. Partial committed state. This is nothing but all the instructions are executed, partially executed or completely executed, but the permanent change in your database is not happened. Then we can say the transaction is partially committed. Is it clear to all of you? Clear, all of you? Or we can say after
Yes,
the
sir.
final statement has been executed. After the final statement has been executed. Okay. But but your commit statement is not executed, then we can say the transaction is in partial commit state. Fine. Fine. Okay. The next state is your failed state. Okay. So this is a definition of partial commit. Same thing what I have just explained. Now, next is your failed state. So what is the failed state? So what you understand of failed state? So failed state say if the transaction is no longer executing. Okay. What we can say? What we can say if the transaction is no longer executing or no longer present in active state. Okay. So due to some reason, अगर transaction execute नहीं हो रहा है, it may be due to the failure reason, power failure, or it may be some system is not getting the resources. Suppose we want to read the value of A, but value of A is not available. Okay, due to any reason. Okay, any of the reason, if transaction is not normally executing, then we can say the transaction is in failed state. Okay, clear? What do you mean fail? Fail मतलब अगर transaction execute नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है? अगर transaction execute नहीं हो रहा है, due to any of the reason can be anything, then we can say what is the state of a transaction there? The transaction is in fail state. Fine. So now again the fail state, the fail state there can be the transaction can transmit. Now transaction, so this is T1, the transaction T1 directly move to the fail state. Okay, or it can move to the partial committed state, then it can transmit to the failed state. ठीक है, एक्टिव स्टेट से डायरेक्टली वो फेल्ड स्टेट में जा सकता है. ठीक है, दैट मींस if some of the suppose in this particular suppose after particular instruction को execute करने के बाद the transaction fail, trying to directly go to the failed state. Now suppose after executing this statement the transaction fail. Okay, then what will happen? It will transmit from partial commit to the failed statement. Fine. It is clear to all of you? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's move to the next state, which is called terminated state. Okay, abort state. Okay, so what abort say? So if it is failed, so I have to come out of it. Okay, if the transaction is failed, so I have to cancel whatever transaction I have to perform and roll back to the previous state. अगर वो transaction fail हो गया, ठीक है, क्या बोलते हैं? तो उस स्टेट से बाहर आ जाना है, उसको हम abort बोलते हैं. तो उसमें क्या होता है? रोल बैक करते हैं बेसिकली. वी विल रोल बैक टू द प्रीवियस ट्रांजैक्शन स्टेट, जहां से फेल हुआ है उसके पहले प्रीवियस स्टेटमेंट वेयर का कमिट स्टेटमेंट इज परफॉर्म. इससे पहले जहां कमिट स्टेटमेंट परफॉर्म हुआ होगा उस स्टेट में जनरली हम रोल बैक करते हैं. ठीक है, इफ देयर इज अ फेल, इफ ट्रांजैक्शन विल फेल, दैट मींस द ट्रांजैक्शन इज नॉट नो मोर एग्जीक्यूटिंग. If it is not more executing, so we'll transfer to abort state where we have to roll back our transaction to next safe state बोलते हैं basically. Okay, safe state मतलब where the transaction data is already updated in a database. Fine. So next is your commit statement. Okay, commit is nothing but once you're partially committed. ठीक है, commit is nothing but once partially committed के बाद अगर commit statement को हम लोग execute कर देते हैं. Now if the transaction is execute the commit statement, now the transaction move from partially committed to committed state. Fine, the transaction will be what? Partially committed to the committed state. In which case, if the transaction execute your very last statement, which is your commit command. Fine. And last one is your terminate. It can be end or terminate बोलते हैं. Sometimes it can be end or terminate state बोलते हैं. क्या बोलते हैं? Terminated state बोलते हैं. Now the transaction can be two types. Once it is committed, then the transaction will terminate. Or if the transaction is rollback or abort, then also we will go to the commit statement. So this is the flow of the transaction diagram. If you remember, initially whenever the transaction is start executing, it will be in active state. Okay. So active state से दो conditions है. Either it will transfer to partial committed. Partial committed means if all the instructions are completed, then it will move to the partial commit state. Or if in middle of it some of the instruction is failed, okay, due to some reason, okay, if the transaction is not executing due to some reason, then it will transfer to the failed state. Okay, now failed state can be possible after completing of all the instruction also. Okay, so there are two transition, we can say two transitions from this one to reach the failed state. One is from directly from active state, second one is from the partial commit. Okay, if it is committed, then if you perform the commit command, then it's transmitted to committed state. Once it's committed, then we can transfer to terminate or end successfully. Or what happens if in active state it will be failed, then you have to cancel the transaction, then move to the terminate. Fine. This is entire process is called transaction state diagram or state transaction diagram. How transaction will move from one state to another state. So this question is asked many of time in database management system. So they will ask basically what do you mean by transaction state diagram. Okay, so you have to draw this diagram and explain each and every state and how transaction is performed. Okay, on what condition the states are moved from the transactions are moved from one state to another state. Clear? So any doubt regarding this state transition diagram? Yes, any doubt? Okay, so if no doubt, we move on to what we are discussing. Okay, so same thing what we have discussed. So this is written. Okay. So same thing. What is active state? This is nothing but this is the initial state, and transactions stay in this state while it is executing. Okay. What I already said. Okay. These 2 points regarding the active transaction. Then partial commit. So what the partial commit say? When the transaction execute is final operation or instruction, it's said to be a partial committed. That means just before the commit statement. Then what is the failed state say? Discover that normal execution can no longer process. Okay, whatever the normal execution of transaction, that if that is no longer process, then we can say it is a failed state. Or once the transaction cannot complete due to any of the reason, and any changes that made must not undergo rollback, rollbacking it, then we can also say it is a failed state. Fine. Then 2 more states, which is a commit. Then what is commit? If transaction enter in this safe after successful completion of the transaction, then it is called commit statement. And once we perform the commit statement, remember we cannot perform either rollback or abort from the commit statement. Okay, so once you are in the commit state, so we cannot perform either. We cannot perform rollback. Rollback is something moving back to the next step, next safe step that is not performed. So we will discuss about the rollback. Don't worry about it. Okay. The second thing, we cannot perform abort command also. Okay, once the commit statement is performed. Now, second, last one is aborted transaction. That means the transaction which is failed to execute, this should be aborted and then it should be terminated. Okay, so these are the what we have discussed in the previous slides. Okay, so this is something basic about the transaction management. Okay, so next now move very important topic that what we are going to discuss, which is called schedule. Okay, so before discussing schedule, let me give some why we need to schedule this transaction. Okay, so as we know, if suppose this is my database, okay, So to perform any task, okay, to perform any task or any operation, so in a database or to perform any problem domain or solve any problem domain, suppose this is my problem domain, okay, to solve this problem domain, I have to perform number of transactions. Okay, कुछ problem जो आप एक transaction में may or may not be solved. So we can uh, we are assuming that to solve this problem, so we require suppose transaction T1, T2 up to Tn transaction. Okay, Tn transactions are required to solve this problem. So whenever I want to perform this transaction in this database, okay, now I have to schedule this transaction. Schedule means as it is similar to again the operating system part, like we have scheduled the process there. Here also I have to schedule the transactions also. Scheduling means now I have to execute the transaction in some manner. That means either T1 will execute first, then T2, then T3, then T4, like this, or T2 will execute first, T4 will be execute then T1, then T3. Or it can be T4 will be first executed, now T2 will be executed, then T1, then T3. Okay, so this is called scheduling. That means how the transactions are going to execute. So now this is very important to schedule. So why we are scheduling? Now we have to schedule such a way that we will get the final output or the result. We have to schedule such a way that now I have to schedule this transaction to get the result of this problem given. So whatever the problem is given, okay, whatever the problem is given, so solve this problem. Suppose I need this transaction P1 to P4. I have to schedule this transaction means I have to run this transaction in such a way that so that we'll get the final output. So that is the reason why scheduling is very important. Okay, fine. So let's understand what is schedule. Then we will discuss what are the different type of scheduling we are. Then what are the problems with this scheduling? Fine. So let's understand what you mean by schedule. So schedule is nothing but we can simply define a schedule is a process of grouping the transaction into one or more, or we can say into one and executing them in predefined order. So what actually is saying now scheduling is nothing but as I say now I have to group that number of transactions. So whatever transaction I have, suppose there is 4 transactions. Now I have to group this 4 transactions in one set, okay, or one group, okay, and execute them in predefined order. Now I will execute in some predefined order. Now order can be anything here. As I said, order can be anything so that it will finally achieve your output. ठीक है, मतलब finally आपका output आना चाहिए. That is called scheduling. Okay. Now second point regarding scheduling, you have to remember a schedule is a sequential order in which instructions are executed in a system. Fine. So once this transaction are arranged, okay, now what you have to do? Now in some sequential order, sequential means one after another. Fine. Now I have to arrange this transaction such a way that one after another, such that this instruction will execute or this transaction will execute in a system to provide the result. So this is called scheduling. Fine. What is scheduling? What is scheduling? Scheduling is nothing but grouping of different transactions, okay, different transaction in one group, okay, or I can say grouping of different transactions to execute in some predefined order, okay, predefined order. Okay, now what is the order? Now the order should be sequential in order. Fine, sequential means that means one transaction, once the one transaction is completed, then next transaction will execute. That means once that T1 is complete, then T2 will execute. Then once T2 will be complete, T3 will execute. Once T3 will complete, T4 will execute. This is called scheduling. Fine, this is called scheduling. Clear? Is it clear what is scheduling to all of you? Yes, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's understand this scheduling with the help of an example. Okay, so what it says. So third point is a schedule is required in a database because why we require a schedule? Because when some transactions are executing in parallel, they may affect the results and the result of the transaction. So what actually this point is saying? So what we say now, if transaction T1, T2, T4 are there, now I have to arrange this order or execute this transaction in some sequence order, one by one. That means if T1 is complete, then T2, then T2 is complete, then T3, T3 is complete, then T4. Now suppose why we require such type of sequence order? Suppose T1 and T2 are execute parallelly. Parallel means दोनों एक साथ ही. Suppose T1 को खत्म होने से पहले हम लोगों ने क्या किया? T2 को भी execute कर दिया. Then what will be the problem will happen? Now in your database it may be result of inconsistency of data or the result that is updated in your database. Okay, database में जो result आपका आएगा वो that will be affected if the transactions are executed parallelly. Okay, clear? Why? What is the problem? What is the problem of executing parallelly? Parallelly अगर execute करेंगे तब database में result जो है वो vary करेगा. मतलब result of database will not be consistent. Okay, so that is the reason. So whenever you perform scheduling, now we have to schedule this transaction sequentially. Fine, sequentially for time being. लेकिन जब आप आगे पढ़ेंगे, now I have to perform the concurrent transaction only to reduce the time. Now I have to perform such a way that final output will be sequentially. Okay, I will explain later when we study about concurrent transaction. For time being आपको याद रखना है scheduling क्या होता है? Scheduling is nothing but arranging or executing the transaction sequentially. That means one by one. If I perform parallelly or concurrently, what may be happen? So the result of the database will be affected. How it is affected? Data will not be consistent. Consistency मतलब data जो हम लोग को assume कर रहे थे वो नहीं आएगा, उसके अलावा कुछ अलग आंसर आएगा. ठीक है? So what actually it means? If one of the transaction is updating the value which the other transaction is accessing, then order of this transaction will be changed to the other transaction. Let me explain this thing with what happened actually. So let us take an example here. Now suppose I am having my account name called A. Okay, account name called A. Now suppose there is a two transaction I am making, transaction T1 and transaction T2. Okay. Now let me explain the scheduling with respect to serial. Now transaction T1 क्या है आपका? Transaction T1 क्या है? Suppose some person is there in particular state, suppose दिल्ली में है और वो उस account, suppose this account is joint account. Okay, this is my joint account. Now some person at दिल्ली में जो है वो इस अकाउंट से 500 रुपीज विड्रॉल कर रहा है और सम पर्सन है जो मुंबई में सेम अकाउंट में 500 रुपीज डिपॉजिट कर रहे हैं. फाइन, क्लियर हो रहा है ट्रांजेक्शन? द ट्रांजेक्शन क्या है? देयर इज अकाउंट नेम कॉल्ड ए, अकाउंट नेम है ए. ठीक है, सेम अकाउंट में दो ट्रांजेक्शन परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं हम. ट्रांजेक्शन T1 क्या है? अमाउंट और विड्रॉल. ठीक है, अमाउंट इज विड्रॉल. Okay, amount is withdrawn 500 and account suppose दिल्ली में क्या कर रहा है? अकाउंट से विड्रॉल कर रहा है 500 एंड मुंबई में क्या कर रहा है? डिपॉजिट कर रहा है 500. Suppose the initial amount of A is 1000 rupees. Fine. सो अगर ये दो ट्रांजेक्शन में सीरियली करूंगा, सपोज ट्रांजेक्शन T1 पहले करेंगे, तो पहले क्या करेगा, ए जो है 1000 रुपीज को रीड करेगा, ठीक है, देन उसमें से वो 500 विड्रॉल किया, 500 रुपीज उसमें से माइनस कर दिया तो 500 बचा, फिर ए का वैल्यू अपडेट किया, देन क्या बचा, फाइनल वैल्यू इज 500 अपडेटेड. नाउ ट्रांजेक्शन T2 विल बी परफॉर्म. नाउ ट्रांजेक्शन T2 क्या करेगा, ए का वैल्यू रीड करेगा विच इज 500. नाउ इट विल add 500 to it. Now what will happen, the amount will be 1000. Now it will update the value of a, final amount will be 1000. फाइन. तो अगर ये दो ट्रांजेक्शन में सीक्वेंशियली परफॉर्म किया, मतलब 1 by 1, जब ट्रांजेक्शन T1 कंप्लीट हुआ, देन ट्रांजेक्शन T2 कंप्लीट हुआ, देन फाइनल वैल्यू ऑफ ए क्या हुआ, 1000 हुआ. नाउ सपोज बोथ द ट्रांजेक्शन आर एग्जीक्यूटिंग पैरेलली. नाउ T1 भी पैरेलली, T1 भी चल रहा है, T2 भी चल रहा है. नाउ एज्यूम ए का वैल्यू उसने रीड किया, कितना रीड करेगा, 1000. फाइन. नाउ सपोज इट विल डिटेक्ट द वैल्यू 500. नाउ व्हाट विल बी द वैल्यू, डिटेक्ट कर दिया, तभी क्या हुआ 500. तो सेम टाइम अभी क्या किया, बी बिफोर अपडेटिंग दिस वैल्यू, द ट्रांजेक्शन T2 will read the value. So what value will read? It will read the 100. ठीक है, अब ये ट्रांजेक्शन सपोज स्टॉप है यहाँ पर. फाइन. नाउ इट विल डिपॉजिट द वैल्यू ऑफ 100 here, sorry 500 here. Now what will update it? Now it will read 1000. So it will update 1000 plus 500. ऐड कर देगा वो, और फाइनल अमाउंट वो प्रिंट करेगा. That will be, now it will say, और before printing, suppose it will be executed first. Suppose transaction T1 is executed first. Now suppose now it will execute. Now we print the value of A will be something called 500. ठीक है, ये फिनिश हो गया, it will print 500. Now after some time this will be executed. Now it will print at 1500. Now what is the final value of A will be? The final value of A will be updated as 1500. So what happened here? Now there is an inconsistency in data. But actual value क्या होना चाहिए डेटा का, 1000 होना चाहिए, लेकिन अब यहाँ पर क्या हो गया, 1500 हो गया. Why? What is the reason? Because we are performing the parallel transaction. Okay. Once you're performing the parallel transaction, you have to make sure that transactions should be consistent. Okay. Or the transaction should be in sequence. ठीक है. Parallel होने के बाद भी आपको ये इंश्योर करना है कि ट्रांजेक्शन सीक्वेंस में होना चाहिए. सीक्वेंस में मतलब एक ट्रांजेक्शन के कंप्लीट होने के बाद भी दूसरा ट्रांजेक्शन एग्जीक्यूट होगा. फाइन. दिस इज कॉल्ड बेसिकली कंकरेंसी कंट्रोल बोलते हैं, ट्रांजेक्शन कंकरेंसी कंट्रोल. ठीक है. तो फॉर टाइम बिंग वी डज नॉट रिक्वायर दिस वन. दिस इज द इशू विद द पैरेलल ट्रांजेक्शन. ओके. और पैरेलल शेड्यूलिंग, कंकरेंट शेड्यूलिंग बोलते हैं. दैट इज द रीजन वी विल नॉट go for the parallel executing. Okay, it may be affect the result. Clear? Clear. So whenever you perform the scheduling, you have to make sure that the scheduling must be sequentially. Okay, sequentially मतलब one after another. Once transaction is completed, the next transaction will be executed. So if you see the example here, now we can see the example in this figure. There is two transactions T1 and T2. Now these are scheduled in sequentially. Okay. First the transaction T1 is completed. Once the transaction T1 is completed, then only transaction T2 is started. Okay. Okay. Now the transaction is executed. Now T1 is first started, then T2 is started. Okay. Now these two transactions together are called schedule. Okay, the group of transactions that are executed sequentially are called schedule. Fine. I hope it is clear.